Reed-Enever and welcome back to another episode of Ask Linda. In this Ask Linda episode, I am tackling a question that I am super passionate about and that I see asked in many groups, or I see people ask when they're looking at service-based businesses, and that is, why should I pay you when I could do it myself? And 90% of service-based businesses, yes, that is correct. You could do it yourself, and why should you pay someone else? Now, to me, this is a really good qualifying question, because if at this point in time someone's wanting to argue about why do they pay me to help them with their PR and marketing, then, part of me is qualifying whether they're going to be a customer that's going to work with me, or they, can they do it themselves? Can they actually go out and do all the research themselves and put the knowledge in it and go through that learning curve that PR and marketing is to market their business? So for me, it's a bit of a qualifying question, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to answer it. And it doesn't mean that you don't want to answer it either within your business. So let's explore that one today. So how do you handle the question of why should I pay you to do it when I could do it myself? Okay. This is a question that can quite often put you on the back foot. And look, it's understandable to go on the back foot in this situation, because all of a sudden you've got to justify why you know your stuff. And why you know your stuff is most probably not the right answer, even though you want to go, but hey, I just know my stuff. This is my jam. This is what I do. But it's not ideally the answer that you want to give the particular client in this point of time. So the first things that I normally say to a client is, if they want to look at it, whether they're arguing about my service, Clive's service, one of the other services that we run, why should I pay you instead of paying someone else? As I normally say to them, look, this is my thing. This is what I do. I have 20 plus years experience in this industry, and with that I bring some tips and tricks that will help you market your business that you may not know of or that you may not experience. Now, in my field, I get to work with marketers who also, quite often can be competitors in my space, but because I have got 20 years and I'm willing to share my knowledge, they do take my courses and they learn my stuff, and they work with me as a coach because I know my stuff and I know my expertise and my field. So I think we've got to get comfortable, first of all, about going, well, we know our stuff. And the time that we have spent on our journey is what adds up to why people pay us, rather than paying someone else to, doing it themselves. Every business owner who wants to learn PR and marketing, or any service that you offer, has to go on a learning curve, or any customer that's in that space is going to have to go on a learning curve. So the first thing I normally say to a client is, it's my stuff and this is what I know what I do, and I bring 20 years of research and tips and tricks and hitting my head against a few walls, and if there's problems I know how to fix them, type stuff to the table. But what I also do is I give you time, because you don't have to go through the learning curve of learning what works and what doesn't work within my industry. I know what works and what doesn't work, and I'm able to bring that straight to the table from the moment we get started. So there's no learning curve. Yes, there's going to be some testing, but there's no learning curve that's going to throw you down a barrel of going, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. And in that overwhelm, stopping learning the skills to actually do. So yes, you could learn and do it yourself, but with me, we get back a bit of time, we get back a bit of speed, because we've got the knowledge and the ideas inside my head to help you go through that. So once again, flip it around. Talk to them about what you bring to the party. How come, because you do this every day, what time are you going to save them? How much are you going to speed up the process? Because normally your expertise is going to speed up the process for them. It's also going to, help them get started straight away, rather than having to go through a learning curve. So a learning curve is something that people quite often don't think about when they say, oh, I could do that myself anyway, because there's lots of stuff you could do yourself. There is lots of things, like I could learn carpentry myself if I wanted to and try and bang some stuff together. Though I'd most probably prefer to hire someone to build my house, because they bring together that knowledge and experience of training and expertise. The other thing I say to people is, I keep upskilling. I keep my hand in this industry. I keep working in marketing every day of the week. So I do want to help teach you all of those sorts of things. From your point of view, this is what you do every day. So to keep telling people that this is what we do every day. We are used to it. This is our industry. This is what we focus on. We don't try to do other stuff. We just do this, and that is why you pay us to do this, is because in just doing this, we bring it to you the knowledge and the expertise. We know how to do this with it. We're not spending time working out how to do stuff. We know how to do it, and we do know if we do hit a roadblock, because this is what we do every day of the week, we are able to fix those roadblocks that just that little bit quicker, or think about working our way around it. What you also bring to the table when someone hires you versus doing it themselves is you bring together your knowledge, your expertise, your network, your contacts of helping get people through. If they hit a roadblock, you've got another contact, or if they outgrow you, you've got another contact, or if they need another service provider that's complementary to your service, then you know people who you work together well, and you help that know, like, and trust factor by making solid referrals, by bringing your network to the table when someone works with you. So as a service-based business owner, the question of why would I pay you rather than do it myself is a really good one, because it's a really good opportunity for you to show that you know your stuff, that you bring that knowledge and expertise, whether it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, whatever year training, to the table. You also bring together the fact that this is what you do every day, so you're not going to get distracted. You're able to hit the ground running when you offer that service that you offer. You bring with you knowledge and know-how, and you bring with you a network of people inside your industry that can further help the customer in their journey, whatever it is that they're looking to achieve. So paying you isn't just paying you to do the job, it's paying you to bring in all the extras that you bring, that knowledge, that know-how, that expertise, of those tips and that network that you bring in to the table because of the time you've spent learning your craft and your trade. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Ask Linda. If you have a marketing question, feel free to ask me. So either send me an email or ask me below, and I'll record an episode for you soon.